All right. So this is my review for The Little Things with Rami Malek, Denzel Washington, and Jared Leto. It's I guess competent main movie. This is spoilers review. Will be very quick. I really enjoyed the first half, approximately, but hell does it go down and down and down and down from there. I enjoyed not Rami Malek. I think he's very weird. Maybe it's because I just saw him in the only role I never saw Mr. Robot. He's well known for that. The only role I've known him was in No Time to Die, the last James Bond movie, because he fucking really has a villain's face, and the way he's like really Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson always play with his tongue like this, and Rami Malek has very forward chin, and he's always playing, and it's like he's always like about to yell or to go with an outburst or to do. He looks creepy. He looks very creepy, and why I was very curious to see Jared Leto because I cannot understand for the life of me what happened to Jared Leto. It's like Keanu Reeves. It's like Jared Leto 20 years ago. Those movies like Requiem for a Dream, in which he is excellent, masterpiece of a movie, and now he's doing and I was defending him as the Joker. I thought, yeah, he was too method actor and he was too much in a weird state of mind. It wasn't really because his Joker was bad. It was because his Joker was not uh, formulaic with the existing universe. And that tells you a lot because it took until Zack Snyder's Justice League last scene to see a scene between Batman and the Joker. Let that sink in. Yeah, in like 3 4 movies, one scene with the Joker, and it's not even in the real world. It's in a fantasy, if you have vision or whatever. So it's really weird. Because I have real respect for all the method actors out there. Like my favorite actor is Daniel Day Lewis, who was as well as you said retired, but has nothing but good performances. He has no bad performance in his life. I like Christian Bell. I think he's like I like Christian Bell in almost every role except Vice. I think he got too method in Vice, and I'm just saying these things because these are movies I will never review because I hate them. And in Vice, I fucking hated his performance, but I hated the movie and I hated Adam McKay, the director and writer. So again, am I hating on the actor or the creators? That's a thing. That's a little. Um, that's a little detail that sometimes critics overview. It's like there in a movie. A movie is a creative enterprise, so you have to take in um, you have to take in all these multiple areas of creativeness and work, because it's work. Doing a movie is work. Doing a TV series is work. Acting is work. Directing is work. Writing is work. Music is work. So all of that. So sometimes I just think like, because actors, that's why actors are the most famous. First is the actor, then the director, then the writer. Usually goes on like this, like in the Hollywood rank. It's like always the actors, because the actors are beautiful and rich, and they take all the photos and the glamour and the Oscars and the prizes and the media and the coverage and the life that we can never afford, the fantasy, all these things. Um, so I understand why actors are the most scrutinized. But anyway, I just think Jared Leto is, I mean, he's a rock star, and acting with a, I mean, that's why it's like Keanu Reeves, and it's like Christian Bale, and it's like all these others actors. I mean, if you saw Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club, which he won an Oscar for, and well deserved Oscar, he's, and if you saw Requiem for a Dream and Dallas Buyers Club, you cannot, for the life of me, you cannot tell me that Jared Leto is a bad actor. Maybe he just chooses wrong scripts, wrong material, or he goes to method for, or is it the pandemic? I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore in Hollywood. It's all rushing through. I mean, all these movies that, I mean, we had Top Gun Maverick that was supposed to go out before the pandemic, got put on ice and on ice and on ice and on ice, and then boom, and it was a very good movie. So that, but I think it was a pin in a needle in the stack, because all the pre or post, or all the pre or during pandemic movie. I mean, there was the Batman that was very good, Top Gun Maverick, and this movie. I don't know when this movie was filmed, but um, it I saw it. I saw publicity for it quite a while ago. So, and now it's on Netflix. So it was a theater purposed movie that is now on Netflix, has to pass a certain say kind of time to do to become free on Netflix. And yeah, so as I said, returning to the movie, I think Rami Malek, I have only saw him as a villain. He has a very villain face. He has a real creepy face, and it's like Woody Harrelson. It's like all the actors that have some kinds of tick or way of acting that's that is unique to themselves. Woody Harrelson can make both bad and good work. Even, I mean, he was in Venom 2. The film was total trash, but he was just, hey, they're paying me for doing that shit. Bring it on. I'll pay my a new house or whatever. And yeah, pay him, pay the guy. He deserves it. And I'll say the same thing for Rami Malek. I mean, I don't buy him a second as a detective, but okay, he doesn't emote. goodness. He doesn't emote um, empathy for a second. So I was always waiting for, okay, Rami Malek is the killer. Rami Malek is the killer. Rami Malek is the killer. Nope. So then, well, it can be Jared Leto because he made the mistake. He said they bring him in and they say, yeah, Jared Leto is just a crime, a true crime thrill seeker that listens to the police radio and knows every case and just do it for fun, for the thrill, for the thrill. He's a thrill seeker, a trash thrill seeker, but nonetheless. And his performance and dialogue, not his performance is not his fault. He did the performance that the writing, it's like Rings of Power. Like, you can say it's all bad, and I'll say, oh, I agree with you. But these actors did not choose their words. They were somebody else wrote them for them. So you can't really blame an actor for saying words. And until I see on the credits written by. So that's it. It wasn't written by Jared Leto. It was written by the director, which direction wasn't really good. Of course, and again, first half. Take the first half. Take act one and two. Okay, it's you have a unique, and it was really reminding me of True Detective because of the era. It was the 90s, I think, because of the technology, and the soundtrack and the style. I think I'm safe to say it was the 90s. And yeah, so, and you had all this, um, all this building up of Denzel Washington, because at the start Rami Malek is the protagonist, but then Denzel Washington, and I like that. I rarely see that in movie. A secondary character that takes the place and rival a protagonist to take his place or coexist at the same level. Excuse me. So, and I like that, and all the all the secret past of Denzel Washington. We constantly flash back to a crime scene that happened years ago, and that, like, oh, why did you quit the force without a promotion after 15 years of service, and why did you go to do a lesser job away from all this, and you quit your family and you quit everything. It's like, yeah, the end game. I'll just talk about the end game because, do I recommend you to watch this movie? No. It will frustrate you more than it will entertain you, because that's what it did to me. The first half I liked very much. I like the nuances in Denzel's performance. I think Denzel's with the it was a good refreshing role because after the fucking Equalizer movie that are terrible, and I mean the Liam Neesonness of Denzel Washington, like, every actor wants to be an action star and do kicks and karate chops and kill and break necks and everything, and like Liam Neeson. It's like, yeah, The Equalizer sucks. It sucks. The first one sucked, and the second one sucked even more. So it was good to see him doing a more grounded, reality based, hard hitting um, police drama, detective drama, true crime, whatever you want to call it. So his character was the most, of course, backed off by the writing and his past and again the material, the nuances, the flashbacks. Everything was about Denzel's character, Rami Malek's character, except that we know that he has a family and he's a detective. That's all we know about him. Jared Leto, except that he's creepy and that he wrote a confession for a murder, but then he was let go because he had an alibi for not murdering. It's like making an interesting character, but then we see Jared Leto in the flesh, and his character never stops. He's one note, and he's like goofy, and he's like mocking, and it's like, let me just say, that could work very, very slightly in a different movie, in a different atmosphere, and with very adapted scenes and just a different tone. Because Jared Leto did not fit the tone at all. And it's like in House of Gucci. I mean, erase the character, erase the dialogue, erase this Jared Leto because he just fucks up the tone. It was the same thing in the little things. He fucked up the tone. And again, I'm not blasting Jared Leto. I think he is talented. But fuck, I don't know, does he choose or whoever his agent is, he cut it out. It's not working. It's just weird roles for the sake of weird roles, and I don't know if it was a pillow or if he. I'm sure he really gained weight because he's such a method actor. But all these method actor things for such a small role, it's like, dude, you're just doing bad things to your health. And I'm like, yeah, that's a method actor thing to do. Says it like Christian Bell. He said it himself. He said, "Yeah, that's good for your health. Losing weight, and gaining weight, and losing and gaining, going to the extremes all the time. It's not good for your health." And he paid for that, and he admitted it. And because there are more ways to go method than just weight, or shaving your eyebrows, or doing stuff like that. You know. So um, yeah. So Rami Malek, um, because I don't know where to go with this review because there are no. It's almost if it wasn't for the first half of Denzel's character, I would say scrap the movie. We don't need it. Scrap, not good enough. I would read the script and I would go, oh yeah, yeah, it's a good script, good script. Past half of it, throw it in the trash. Worthless. And that's why I don't recommend it because I recommend you first watch half. Denzel's performance is very good. Denzel's character is very interesting. But after that, throw it in the trash, and you can stop watching because there's never. Do you want a killer? You won't have it. Do you want a twist? Yeah, there's a twist, but it's really fucking depressing. So, do you want to be depressed? Your choice. I think you're way up I'm better going watching Seven or this, you know, True Detective, whatever. It's like watching True Detective and there's no killer. After they just the movie starts, the little things, beating our head down. Four dead, no witness. Six dead, no witness, no suspects. And on, and the feds are coming, and you have 2 days left. All of that builds and builds and builds. And all they do is go wait Jared Leto, and it's fucking travesty. The third act starts with Jared Leto phoning a public phone. And that's the thing they do in movies, and they still use the 555 number. And it's like, aren't we past that? It's like, this is 90s shit. Like, doing 555 numbers. Everybody who is a critic knows that no number begins by 555. They always does it. It's like, why do good movies are able to go uh, to a real phone number, whatever, or invent one, or do or not show it at all. Like, just don't show it. I said, here's my number, and the guy said, okay, you don't have to show the numbers. If it's 555, the people know it's made up, and that breaks the suspension the suspension of disbelief. It breaks it. It's such a small details. You want to call your movie The Little Things? I'll smash you with The Little Things. The Little Things? Okay, let's just do that and conclude. The Little Things. Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, not a good protagonist. Not a male lead. He's not Jake Gyllenhaal. Um, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying some actors are typecast. I'm sorry, you're typecast. Second, Denzel Washington. Very interesting preview of a character, very interesting arc. He should have been at the center of the movie more. And because by the end, but at least give us what is the other things. Okay, so Denzel Washington is the real protagonist, has the most interesting arc. Even if he doesn't really change, it's more of a reveal, it's more of a twist, but still, it's the most interesting material we have with this movie because Jared Leto is useless. Jared Leto is a clown, is a buffoon. For a guy that is so serious in true crime, he would be fucking psychotic. Not just a. And he's always in his. He has one costume for the whole movie. It's like he wears the same thing through the whole movie. I know it's his working clothes, but isn't that a little strange? And I know he's weird and psycho and weirdo, but he's not a criminal. He said it himself at the end. I've never killed anybody in my life. I'm just laughing at you guys. And if Jared Leto, if Jared Leto was, here's how you save the movie: have Jared Leto be the brother of the girl Denzel shot. If you've seen the movie, I won't go into too much spoiler in case, but the flashback girl at the end, the last corpse we saw, and the last reveal, the last twist we have, make Jared Leto the lover, the brother, the father, whatever. Have him be related emotionally or uh, um, in a relationship or whatever, emotionally connected to that character, to that victim, making connected to her. And then there's a way and there's a reason for him doing all that he does throughout the entire film. And his death is more meaningful, because here it's meaningless. And again, you can say this film is to teach us a lesson, and I guess it accomplishes that. Yes, the film teaches a lesson. Cops aren't all good, but that, I mean, welcome to 2022. We know that. Um, Cops will cover each other's shit. We already knew that, and it's like, yeah, it's a good twist, but the problem is that we had an entire multiple minutes of the climax having Rami Malek dig holes and holes and holes and holes because Jared Leto was playing with him. And it's like, what was the point of that? And there's no point. And that's just, you cannot laugh because the movie is too fucking morbid to laugh. You cannot laugh because a dead girl might be in the soil and you don't want to laugh about that. And you see the tone. The tone is very wasted. I saw this wasted tone. That's what I call the little things. A wasted tone. A very good beginning, solid beginning. A very, very bad ending. And the acting is, I mean, for again, for the, Rami Malek is okay at best. Denzel Washington, his character makes almost no sense because they never go into deep. Because again, until the midpoint, he's studying. It's like what's reminding. It's like a bad version of True Detective. They hit all the same pointers of True Detective, but they never. But they misguide us to achieve a point, and that's my problem. My number one problem with this movie, and that's why I don't recommend it. It's because it misguides you. It doesn't get you with the story or the characters or the arc or the twist. And if it does, if you feel satisfied by this movie, well, you've been misguided. So if you think that wasting 2 hours of your life by being misguided is well and all well, well, okay, then watch it. If you don't want to feel that way, if you don't have 2 hours of your life to waste, I'd say if you're a really awesome hardcore fan of these actors, give it a shot. But I warn you, and it's just a fucking waste because with just a few rewrites here and there, you could have had a very, very good special movie. But they had a great idea, they had a great tone, they had great characters at the beginning, but it all falls apart. So yeah, so that's my review of the little things. I give it a good old. I'd say at the start I would have given it an 8 out of 10 because I was real digging the suspense of Denzel's role, but it falls apart. So I mean, I don't recommend it. So it's not a 6. A 5 is too strong. So I give it a 4, I guess. 4 is not a recommendation. It's not, it's less than average. And it is all in well a waste of time. So, and I don't know where when it's anyway. So half an hour, long enough. So that's my review for the little things on Netflix. Um, if you again, if you're a fan of these actors, like I am, give it a shot because I mean, like it's like the Phantom Thread, the last movie of Daniel Day Lewis. It's not my favorite movie of his, and that's not the movie to do to retire your career. But as a fan of Daniel Day Lewis, I have to watch all his movies. So if you're like me, a fan, then watch it, but be warned. And yeah, if I hope you find better things in it than I did. So take care, guys. See you next time.